Operation Rogue Arsenal. Russian paramilitary known as the COD Group are manufacturing and stockpiling chemical weapons, posing a direct threat to global security. Your tasking is to destroy their facility and secure the chemical weapons cache. Your commander on this op is Philip Graves. Call sign Shadow 01. If you want to get shit done, he's the man you want in charge. 01, you have the COD.
Thank you, General. This is an airborne to ground assault on the Coney-occupied Zaya Observatory. Intel reports a subterranean level is currently hiding an arsenal of chemical munitions big enough to take out the Middle East and Europe. Our primary objective is to keep that from happening. We're going to do that in 4 phases. The first of which will be to infill from the air. The target's currently defended by active SAM sites. Our planes will be taking direct fire, so expect a bumpy ride. From the offset LZs, all shadows will mobilize to your first objective, one of 8 enemy missile launchers located around the perimeter of the observatory. You will take over your assigned launcher and, on my mark, initiate a focused fire attack, destroying Zaya and blasting ourselves one colossal entry point into that underground complex. Once inside, you will locate the chemicals, collect as many canisters as you can, and double time to an extract point, where you will exfil your cargo and yourselves. This will not be a walk in the park, but high risk is high reward. I'll be with you on comms. Now, are we good to get some? Yeah. Say we good to get some? Yeah. All right, let's get locked and loaded.
Okay, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 reveal event has just ended, and while I would say it was above average, I really enjoyed the event. I felt as though it was kind of interesting and kind of set the narrative for what the game will be. I'm still going to hold my reservations on what this game will actually turn into come November. And the reason being is because while everything sounds good right now, we know this company. We know their history of giving you a lot of excitement and then dropping the ball when the game releases. So, I'm going to talk about a few things today just to recap the whole event and to talk about the changes that are coming and what I like and dislike about what this next Call of Duty is going to bring. First, to start off, I'm going to give them praises for the fact that they're bringing back the old maps. I think that's great. Having a little modern remaster of those core maps like Afghan, Terminal, Estate. I think that's going to be great. Those maps have always been staples of the Call of Duty community. They've always been liked, even if they weren't your favorite. They were good enough to where you could have fun in those matches back in the day if you were old enough or into gaming at the time, into Call of Duty at the time. You would understand how pivotal those maps were and how you could have a good time playing those maps. Now, another thing that they answered to that people have been requesting and they listened to was movement changes. So they're making the character more responsive, which I have to say has been a complaint of mine the past couple of years. Other than 2019, 2019 was pretty good, but the past couple of years, even Cold War, even though I love Treyarch, Treyarch has been uh, one of the Call of Duty games that I always buy. I always buy Treyarch games, but even they started to have a little bit of sluggish movement ever since modern Call of Duty's been around since 2019 and the whole change. And I'm finding that while it makes sense for them to try to go the milsim route for certain things, like DMZ, that made sense. Warzone and the core 6v6 and 12v12 or whatever they do now, especially with the invasion. Even if they stick like the invasion and ground war having that type of feel, it doesn't make sense for base 6v6 and it doesn't make sense for Warzone if you look at competitively or just in comparison to other battle royales other than a PUBG or something along those lines. The fact that they now have slide canceling, while not my favorite, and I feel as though there is a chance that when you're allowed to slide cancel, you can break other people's cameras. You can cause a situation like snaking to where you can't necessarily identify the person in front of you before you end up being put back into the spawn. I get why they add it. I just don't think it's necessary when you look at the changes that they did. And let me scroll down to that section so I can show you what they actually did change. Okay, as you can see here, slide canceling's there, but if you look further down, right about here, tactical sprint durations are increased and tactical sprint recharges while sprinting. That's the reason why you needed a slide cancel in the previous games and why you will not need it in this new upcoming game. So I don't know why they added this other than for the competitive people and the people who do the YYs and pretty much for the ADHD kids, which hey, I'm all for advanced movement, especially when they make a game that is way too slow for the average person to move around quickly and stay alive, especially when getting shot or traversing open spaces, especially in this new war zone that's nothing but a barren desert for the most for a majority of the map. I don't think they needed to put it in this game if they do this correctly and they actually allow Teto sprints to last longer without having to need a perk all the time to extend it. And if it recharges while sprinting, what's the point of this? All this is doing is allowing someone to break your camera, similar to slide to snaking, and all you're gonna do is just have a bunch of people getting upset because now people are gonna be moving faster and more consistent on top of being able to break your camera, and it's going to look ridiculous out there. People are going to look, oh my gosh, they're going to look like chipmunks flying around the gosh darn map every game. But hey, to each their own. If they want to do it, they want to do it. And things like mantling faster, firing immediately after sliding, it's going to get ridiculous, y'all. We're it's going to be crazy. It's going to be the faster than 2019, which was already crazy fast in and of itself. So, hey, good luck. Good luck out there, especially if you're kind of getting that boomer age. Good luck. Now, like I said, we were already talking about a couple of things dealing with the maps, but what I do like that they included was map voting and the classic mini maps. Those are the two things that I felt as though should be in the game because I was tired of getting what was the border crossing map that all the cars explode? I don't even remember the name of it. That's how much I despised playing that map. I just I don't know. That map sucks. Anyone who plays Modern Warfare 2 knows that map sucks. And being able to not play that map, perfect. I'm good with that. And classic mini map, I need my red dots. And it's not because it's a crutch, it's because it gives you extra intel on where to shoot. Now, in this current game, it wasn't really much of a problem. I kind of figured it out. You just look at where your teammates are, and then you just, you know, deduce where the enemy will be. If we kill somebody over here and we're all in this area, they're going to be most likely in the opposite area. So it wasn't too hard, but there's been a lot of situations where people were shooting close to us and it didn't pop up on my mini map where I usually look, it will pop up. And I don't even think it popped up on the compass. So, yeah, stuff like that, get it out of here. This right here is going to be the bane of my existence. Not the extra health, that's fine. I don't care about extra health. TTK is not a problem. I'm historically a 1.5, 1.6 player. I'm not great. I'm not claiming to be great. I can put in some work, but that's about it. I don't care about time to kill. Time to kill was never an issue for me. Being able to shoot somebody was never an issue for me. Latency in games was the issue. Time to kill is not the problem. It's the latency in games. If you and another person around a corner and you're on 100 ping and they're on 20 ping, it's still going to feel like you got one shot sniped by the gun, regardless of this time to kill. That doesn't matter. Make better servers, not increase health. Um, and then having the perks start at the beginning of each map, I didn't care. it wasn't a problem for me. I adapted to that fine, but some people didn't, and I get that. So that's why they reverted back to the old way, which is perfect for me. I don't care regardless. And having covert sneaker perks and having clothing perks, it makes sense. Instead of just having slots, we're going to have clothing that does it. Other games do things similar to this, like you put on a certain shoe and it'll give you a speed boost, or you put on certain clothes. That's fine. I don't really care. I don't think that hurts immersion or is stupid. It's just it's just adding customization to the character. And hopefully when you um change your footwear kind of similar to another game I played like The Division, even though everyone hates on The Division. What I liked about it was if you put on certain clothing, it changed the look of your character, and it actually looked like things you would wear, not like goofy stuff like in certain RPGs or like another game I played like Cyberpunk. Certain clothing that you would put on made your character look ridiculous, and eventually they had to revert it back to you can put on any clothing you want and spoof it. Like you can have a strong armor, but if you don't like the look of the strong armor, you can use a different clothing item, but put the attributes of the strong armor on it. That's what I hope they do. But if not, and they go to the division route, just make it look decent. Don't make me look like a bunny rabbit or a rat running around, the battlefield like they do now with the bundles. Don't make me look like that or force me to wear like dumb shoes just to move fast or to be silent. Like that's just that it's gonna make everybody look a little funky on the battlefield if they do that. But other than that, the event was pretty good. I have no complaints. I don't think people should get too excited about the game. The only thing that they should be happy about is the fact that all of the purchases that they made, or majority of the purchases that they made, are going to transfer over, which is good. Um, and the fact that they're bringing old maps in, which is good. It's going to hit that nostalgia. So you don't feel as though you're losing anything by going to the new game. You're kind of carrying a lot of stuff over, and you're going to get like an old school feel, but with tighter movement. So that's good. But the problem is play the beta first. And then even after you play the beta, wait. Because Modern Warfare 2 felt great during the beta, and then all of a sudden felt horrible as soon as the game got released. It ran perfectly fine on the beta. As soon as I got the actual game both on console and on PC, it ran worse than the beta did, which I get it. They had to put more stuff into it, and the servers were getting hit with more requests for everything. Which, if you understand IT, it's 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 a lot. But just be patient. Take everything for granted. But they know their player base, and they know those pre-orders, man. If you watch the end of the gameplay that I'm about to show you, the pre-order bundles are going to get a lot of people. And the saddest thing is all those things that they give you on pre-order isn't going to be interesting as soon as the game comes out, because they're going to have more bundles and more things. So they really get you for nothing, because you're not going to use any of that. The weapons, the outfits, you're not going to use any of them like 2 months into the game. So they really get you. But it was better than what I was expecting. But you know, I'm still holding my breath on if this game will be good or not. Hopefully, it's average, then below average, like Modern Warfare 2 was. But only time will tell. But yeah, I'll see you later, guys.
Canisters in the drums. All gas secure.
Да. Так точно, командир. Химикаты под контролем. Начали.
Hey, who are you talking to?
Все чисто. Командир Макаров, враги ликвидированы.
We need to roll under the radar to get this done.
Let's make sure they don't see the sunrise.
We need to know if he's working with Moscow.
We're in position.
Let's go to work, Bravo. He knows you're coming.
Copy that.
This is devastation on a global scale.
We have 2 missiles incoming. If you are there, get out.
Kill civilians.
Visual on target. We need medevac now.
He wants a world war.
Pre-order the Vault Edition and get the Nemesis Operator Pack, the Fate Weapon Vaults, the Season 1 Black Cell Bundle with 50 tier skips, and more.